Bad pass by Murray and a turnover. Smith up ahead. Leaves it for Heide, who lays it in. They need a timeout. Murray cannot complete the three-point play.
They are killing themselves there. 2 for 10 from the foul line.
What'd you hear in the huddle, Evan?
Yeah, listening to Matt Painter and Purdue, discipline was one word that came up, obviously referencing the turnovers. And offensively, this team has been susceptible to these type of lulls. He really wants them to just keep shooting, kind of preaching that confidence and not let them get too down on themselves.
Well, that's a good thing to be, but how about throw the ball inside to that big guy?
Cox a three and a big shot by the freshman. Point mark in Thursday's win over Clemson, his 4th different school, beginning with Will Wade at LSU, then to Georgetown, last year to Ole Miss, and now with McNeese. Harris left alone, knocks it out.
3 there. They've had a lot of, I'd say they're 9 for 23. They've had some great looks that they've missed.
Some pressure here from the Cowboys, and Will Wade continues to sit Copeland. It's been just under 10 minutes that he's been on the bench.
He obviously likes what he's seeing from this group a lot more. There's another open 3.
And Colvin hits it. 10-3. It's the 3. Parker in double figures with 10 points.
Parker's been pretty good both days. Open.
Lawyer, finally.
These shots are from the three-point line. How about he's only taken 4 free throws the whole season?
That's crazy.
That's unbelievable after all these games. 4 free throws the whole year.
Berg is open. And a turnaround for Will Berg.
So we're not in so much help. Appreciate you. All right, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a great job in their half-court set defense. They've gotten burnt in transition a couple of times, so they got to be happy about that part. But they got to get that guy quick. Heide can shoot the ball.
Back on the floor with 6:51 to go.
Very interesting. You know, I'm going to guess he's going out. He'll stay in till 4.
Did see a little offense-defense first-half substitutions for Purdue in the Big Ten tournament. Maybe that's what Matt Painter has in mind again, as Kaufman-Renn from the free-throw line.
Pretty good sub there.
Johnston, corner 3. And he is still not able to get going after the rough conference championship game.
Yeah, he's made 73s this season. Their best three-point shooter.
0 for 7 last game, 0 for 3 this game from deep. Kaufman-Renn again.
It seems.
Winner of this one will see either Clemson or McNeese in the second round on Saturday. Smith, oh, what a feed to Kaufman-Renn.
Pick and roll. You know, they keep staying within striking distance.
8 threes today. Too easy for Purdue.
Cam Heide 9 and 11. They need those other guys tonight. And then for Michigan, it's got to be their guards. They need more from Trey Donaldson, more from Nimari Burnett, certainly Roddy Gale and Reuben Jones. Those guys have to give the Bigs some help.
Purdue won 91-64 at Mackey. Michigan won 75-73 at Chrysler. The spin down to Kaufman-Renn to start things off.
This look by Braden, kind of freezing that defense and then dishing it off. How active has Nimari Burnett been? Good to see him get his offensive game back on track.
12-0 run rather for Michigan. Trying to change it is Cam Heide.
It's just flying around, and the way he finds Golden rolling to the rim, that is a big-time play.
4 assists now for Wolf. Smith to Kaufman-Renn.
How about a pick and roll
for Michigan from deep?
It's an easy game. Touch the paint, spray it out. Trey Donaldson's been searching for the jumper, but 40% from 3 here tonight.
And the largest lead of the night belongs to Michigan. Kaufman-Renn inside with good patience. Here's Golden. Will shoot this. Can't make this one. First time in his career he shot threes has been this year. Now 9 of 27 from 3. Trey Kaufman-Renn, all 7 Purdue points this half. Smith, couple of shot fakes. Trying to get past Wolf, finds Kaufman-Renn, count it, and the foul. Team their largest lead of the night. 3-0 fall for Miles Cole. Desmond Claude starts off where he left off last night with 2 points on the board.
I'm surprised to see him look to get downhill early. After that game last night against Rutgers, it was all Desmond Claude pick and roll make plays.
Fletcher Lawyer, good closeout on Lawyer. Smith with the shot fake. He'll drive into the teeth of that USC defense. Trey Kaufman-Renn with the hook.
Braden Smith is so comfortable. Got it so well over the last 5 games. 16 of his last 35 from beyond the arc.
There's Braden Smith, drop off to Kaufman-Renn. Count the bucket and the foul. Out to Yates for USC. Yates at the foul line, cleared a little space, left that shot short, and Cox has started up to Smith for Purdue.
CJ Cox, a very willing rebounder. Got to match up in transition at the USC. You're not giving Fletcher Lawyer looks like that.
Well, if you lose Lawyer, that's what happened. All the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. Inbound to Kaufman-Renn. He'll turn off the window, bounces down home. He's got 8.
A well-designed play.
Because it was fast by 10 seconds. Here's Braden Smith, Purdue to 5. In the corner, Heidi rains it down.
The basketball off the bounce. They're leaving people around the rim. And credit USC because they're finding them.
Smith. Back out to Colvin, toes the line, hits the 3. We're tied. Case in the first half. 10 to shoot. Smith will fire up that 3, gets his own miss. Lawyer will try from range, and he'll hit.
The shooter has a great feel.
Straight short shots for USC. Smith fading away. That's
You
short.
didn't have to do that right there. He just shot it normal.
Here's Colvin. Smith just 2 for 7 from the floor tonight. Colvin, open, 3 goes.
Well, that's what USC has given up. He played at Yale, really well coached there. Yale's had so much success, and only a guy that will make winning plays.
Here's Smith, drops it off to Kaufman-Renn for 2.
Was injured with that arm problem, and he has been terrific of late. He saw 55-3 the last 10 games.
Kitchener, Ontario, north of the border. Smith, sharp bounce, Kaufman-Renn. He nearly did travel,
I think he did the extra. Keep them their action. They've been getting excellent shots. Just a matter of converting them.
It's an 8-0 run for Illinois as Purdue doesn't convert. That was a near travel. Instead, he scores in a foul. Kaufman-Renn. By the 325th in the country entering today, according to KenPom, for 3 is surprising. They do have some pretty good shooters on this team. Harris. Yeah, it is.
Jones has been quiet. Another good look because of him dragging 2.
Ivisic the miss. Rebound for Braden Smith, and he is pedal to the metal.
Nice find again.
That 3 good for Cox.
Someone that run interaction and good defense by Ren.
Yakachonis catch and shoot. Missed it for 3.
Look at that set. Purdue always solid on that defensive end. Now on this gap, you're going to get an open look if you overhelp. Look at this. He makes that.
And that's 1,000 for about a 1-foot size differential on the back end.
Right. Well, what's to negate?
Kaufman-Renn, Ivisic there. Kaufman-Renn scores anyway.
He gets
time assist leader in Purdue history. Ivisic. He didn't look comfortable with the footwork there.
Good check out. They run the floor. Look at this.
Oh, my goodness. From half court, and we get a technical against. We haven't seen a whole lot of help on the individual defense against Kaufman-Renn.
Well, pretty straight up. Again, the out-of-bounds play. It's your first.
Smith hurling it, just whipping it to Kaufman-Renn.
That's not wasting any time. He's got Lawyer coming back in. They need another guy who could knock some shots down.
And Wren into the corner it goes. That one falls for Harris. Single coverage as is Illinois' way.
Gotta help the big guy out. Look at this.
Oh, what a cut by CJ.
It's inside a little bit. Screen and roll. Tough pass. Not a good look.
And the hands of Lawyer plucked it for Purdue.
Nice play.
Heidi down the lane. That's brilliant.
But running the floor.
88.6 a game. That got caught. Somerville will try. Short. Rebound. Fought for and saved by Lawyer.
It's going to have to be a collective effort with all 5 Purdue defenders going to the defensive glass.
2 minutes gone here in the first. Smith, pick and pop. Lawyer open. On the outside with Colvin. Gets right past him, floats it up. Coffin Wren comes over on the help. Smith in transition. Hits 6 threes against UCLA. Shows off the speed. The find. Colvin, the 3. Ball game, 6 minutes to play, and we already have a combined 69 points.
First to 95 wins.
Smith off the screen. Shielding the basketball. Bounce it. Coffin Wren push it through. Rare mistake from Smith. Just loses the basketball. Bailey in transition. Short. Long rebound. Smith looking to push. Bailey running with him. First is there. Lob it up. Slam and home.
Ball there, and it's off the knee of Dylan Grant.
Steve Peichel just had so much praise for Braden Smith, the type of player that he's become. He said he was great when he got here, but the improvement has been so impressive, and he doesn't take plays off. Case in point, Lawyer's 3. Looking to push. Head up, leave it. Lawyer in and out for 3. Rebound batted around into the hands of Coffin Wren. Smith reload, pump, swing, same spot. Lawyer gets the result. Again, a lot of space. Thought about it. Gets it back from first. He will fire. Short, weak side of rebound. Coffin Wren in traffic. Lawyer shooting practice. 25 from 3. They've got Lawyer with 15, 20 from Smith, and 14 from Coffin Wren as Bailey misses the J. And the Boilermakers back in business again. Up ahead, nobody picked up Lawyer.
Fletcher Lawyer.
Raindrops. 11-0 when Fletcher Lawyer makes at least 3 threes. He's got far more than that, doubled that tally as First swallows up the rebound again. Smith already with another 8-assist game. Lawyer again.
Hold up, dude, Raul. Back in the day, Chris Jackson, but then he was able to drop it. Yeah, drop it out. Beautiful.
Kaufman Wren, point blank range. Nice pass on the inbound. Shoot jump shot the right way. You got trouble with me.
No, he showed you, but you still got to go do
3.
it.
I got ball. I'm gonna get you this time. I got that big brick mouth jump shot.
I like it. A little switch up on the defense here, a little pressure up front. Now back into a zone defense out the timeout by UCLA.
Baseline jump shot and Colvin. Carries it over for Purdue. Andrews in transition. Andrews, 15-footer off the bounce, rims off. Bilodeau keeps it alive. Has it stripped by Smith. Braden Smith running the fast break now as he slows it up in the front court. Hezzy trying to push off. Colvin, baseline jumper. Max penetrating. Bilodeau inside with the left hand, no. Tries to get his own rebound, taken away. Here comes Sha'Carri Harris. Around the corner. Reversal. Cox. High off the glass. Hand up. Smith, 3. Smith, rebound. Lawyer. And
he set the D up to be able to spin back to the baseline.
Smith, the inbounder. Coffin Wren, quick turn, jump hook. Man, this kid. Smith will take his time as we approach the 4-minute mark. Eight to shoot. Smith drives, gets there, kicks. Lawyer runs and fires.
Allowing people to score in the paint against them, which has happened a lot. Renew a very good inside scoring.
Coffin Wren from the free throw line, and we talked about that exact shot with Stanford before he came here. Pac-12 all-freshman team a season ago.
41% last year.
There's Smith over to Heidi for three, and that one is good. Ballo has position, but coming over to take it away is Colvin. Great play by the sophomore from Indianapolis. Now on the other end, can he hit a three? He can! Getting it to Clark, and he's not one to do anything below board.
That is the absolute truth, no question.
He is the standard. 34-25 late in the first half. Lawyer, good defense by Leo. Now Smith will reset with the shot clock at 7. Lawyer a three. Big one for Purdue. The shot clock is at 6 for the Boilers. I'm not sure Smith's aware of it now. Painter pointing at the shot clock. They have to put one up quickly. Colvin does and hits.
First with 10 on the clock. Smith will fling. Can't hit. Rebound to the outside. Smith claims. Second chance for Purdue. Bounce inside. First patient for 2.
A good shot fake there by Caleb.
Holloman. Lob it. Carr! Oh, he couldn't catch it cleanly and then had it stripped. Holloman nearly had the steal. Now an advantage for Purdue. Smith to Harris. His 3-ball. Money.
And helter-skelter play right.
Game, and said that is something he writes on the board before every game. Mental and physical toughness is what prevails.
And they need both tonight because Michigan State's certainly a team that can test you physically with the fast break and on the glass, and certainly to win on the road, you've got to bring mental toughness as well.
Purdue's made 5 of 7, make it 6 of 8.
Dribble drive
is all the way into this second half. Heidi, bullseye.
They're just not guarding.
We saw that a ton down the stretch against Illinois. The lobs to Cooper to essentially end the game. Michigan State up to 75% from the floor in this second half. Kaufman ran through the contact and a chance for 3. Richardson. Oh, what a find. Akins, 3. In and out. Smith, another board. Through traffic. Attacks on Fears. Finds his spot. Oh, hook it in for Kaufman-Renn.
The amount of eyes, and they've cut the water off on everybody else besides he and Trey Kaufman-Renn.
The dunk from Carr gives them 10. Michigan State is going to improve to 9-0 when he's been in double figures. Kaufman-Renn will add 2.
Well for Michigan State tonight. I mean, it would be hard to pick the MVP because so many contribute in a big way.
Lawyer's 3 is true. Final.
I want to call them slip and go and the ability to bounce. Big one this time.
Jump in year 2 for Blackwell. He misses on the layup attempt. And Cox triggers ahead for Smith. The quarterback, the maestro. Smith, the penetration.
Nice find.
The dish inside for the finish. Caleb. TKR. Trey Kaufman-Renn cuts into the Wisconsin lead. Tanji, an air ball. He's going to hear it. Cox up the floor in a hurry. Freshman from Lexington, Massachusetts. Smith shows it. They showed double initially. Kick it out.
Nice sidestep.
Cox connects for 3.
Smith does not.
Two-way impact player in his freshman year. Tanji turns it over. He tried to take the baseline. Smith early. Lawyer shooting practice.
Smith gives it up at the rim. Strong. Isn't he? Bird going to the goal. Gilmore can make these.
Gilmore missed it off the window. Smith in transition. What a passer. Lawyer, Baker, good, and a foul.
They are so good together. The ability.
Shot clock at 4.
Gotta go.
Klesman has to make it happen. The step back, Jay. Doesn't go. Rebound controlled by Smith.
Look at the run.
Oh, the touch for Lawyer. You can't do it any better than.
Job ragging his man.
Get it in.
Nice pass.
Extra. Major flush. He grew 5 inches his sophomore year of high school, and that changed everything. He became a big and got recruited as a big.
Showing the areas he can dominate. Just scratching the surface so nice. He lures the defense. Beautiful screen. The little guy you want to switch, you're in trouble. Deep.
Winter rims out on a three. Smith up high for the rebound. Purdue up by one, trying to add to it. Early offense here for first. Leave it for Smith.
They work it off. Look at his pocket pass.
Kaufman-Renn attack mode for the Boilermaker.
Lawyer's got to get busy. Get him some looks, and obviously Renn on the box. Back screen.
Out of the timeout, Smith.
Almost got to make this now.
Heidi, he's got it.
They need somebody
here. And it's a 10-point cushion for Wisconsin. Smith bounce it. Kaufman-Renn. The push-up.
Magic. Line couldn't get down there in the gate.
He just never gets rattled. No. 9 points for Blackwell. Corner, they need it. Colvin, they got it.
And a great look diagonally. Team. Some of the principles and screens are, though.
Final seconds. Swing it. The Cox jumper is good.
In the open floor, to the offensive glass, active as a cutter. I like the way he's playing right now, and certainly finding some opportunities to get him going.
Pocket pass on the short roll, Kaufman-Renn. And a reload now for Smith. Trying to work on Jones. Pump, Cox, three ball, money!
To his strong right hand.
Wolf on the attack, can't finish. Rebound of Smith.
Pretty fortunate there. You give Danny Wolf room to wheel and deal, and if it's not physical, more often than not, he's going to make you pay for it. Purdue lucky there.
Smith ducks in, leave it, first, patient and squeezed it through.
And Trey Kaufman-Renn, they're treating Amari Burnett like a non-shooter, and I know you talked about it in the first half, Noah. He hasn't shot it great as of late, but he is a very capable three-point shooter at 42% on the year.
Smith trying to shake him on the dribble now. Back to a three-point game. Bounce it, Kaufman-Renn pushes it through. Big ones for the big man. 9-2 run. Smith, leave it, Kaufman-Renn.
Michigan going back.
Screen. Or keeps it at a 2-point ball game. Approaching 4 minutes to play from the Chrysler Center. Michigan looking for its lift back after the tough loss to Purdue. And
Purdue. Here comes St. Thomas to Slacker for three. Tipped around into the hands of Smith. Feeds Lawyer on the move. Pretty become a good short roll passer when he gets those pocket passes from Braden Smith. Abo picked up the foul before the timeout. Lawyer, he doesn't miss that. It's motor going, running off, handoff, staggered screens. There's Smith. Yates trying to get back, and now the late lead. See, 10 of USC's 14 points have come in the paint so far. Down 9. It's Kaufman-Renn, floater, and roll in. See, as this game progresses, how Purdue wants to handle these ball screens from Purdue. Colvin. Oh, that one rattled home. Yates Hunter with 15 points. Smith off the Burgess screen. Curled it underneath. See him top your screen at the scores table. He's coming back in. Slacker. Thomas with a tip into the hands of Kaufman-Renn. That shot was falling for Slacker on Tuesday. Throw it up and Colvin out of nowhere. Smith poked it free. Lead pass, Harris. Harris off the glass and in.
Asking you shall receive from the star on the floor and Braden Smith.
Smith curls it to Kaufman-Renn. And Cohn will come out. Some coaching from Eric Musselman. AG back in. Lawyer. Right up cue. What's the sense in sitting him and letting this game get away from you? rebounding with Trey Kaufman-Renn back on the floor. 2 points shy of matching a career high. Here's Burgess. Nice move.
In Iowa City.
Brad McCaffrey said he's been practicing very well of late. Has earned some additional playing time.
A couple of quick shots for Iowa right there. One from Sanford, one from Dix. Neither one cashes in. Smith got stuck, finds Heidi.
See Miles Colvin in the game. Colvin and Heidi.
Only one starter in the game right now for Purdue. That's the quarterback, Braden Smith. Shot clock down to 6. Well, he's stuck with 2 seconds left. Heidi got to let it go. Textbook, huh?
Oh, man, that was all an execution coming out of halftime break. Old Boston Celtics play right there.
2 times in January here at home, he went for 20 or more points in the second half alone. That was his 4th three-pointer. Braden Smith, good dish to Kaufman-Renn, and he gets started. Harding around the back, and a steal from the man who leads the Big Ten in that category. Smith sprinting the other way. Lawyer, his second 3 of this half. Dix lost it. Jakari Harris did not have numbers, pulls it back out. Big time turnover against Iowa.
Big time contribution by freshmen coming in. Harris and Cox haven't scored much, but they've been stellar defensively.
2 of them praised for how they played defense here. Both in the game right now. Braden Smith, Kaufman-Renn, and one.
Slip and slide.
And Paco is stripped. Cox to Smith.
Good ducking by Trey Kaufman-Renn. You got the match over the top.
Indiana taking every punch so far from Purdue. Heidi missed it. Rebound off the deflection to Harris.
Kamari Harris is starting to find his way. And that jumper starting to come around. He guards, makes winning plays.
And he throws it up. Attack. He'll get it back. 5 to shoot. Rice with him. Smith missed it.
That's a great defensive possession, except for the rebound. Indiana doubles. They rotate. You contain the bounce, but you got to secure that defensive board.
Instead, Cox ends up with it. Lean in by Smith, dropping it off. Kaufman-Renn, that's nifty. Braden Smith right now. Caleb first. Trey Kaufman-Renn, each with 4 for Purdue. First to screen. Leo got around it. 10 to shoot for Braden Smith. Smith wants Lawyer to take it. He will.
It's going to be a follow basket.
Smith, everybody left him. He's in a standstill.
He saw the Bonzi and Baco, a clean look in that left corner.
Indiana 2.5 away from a possible season-altering win. Lawyer, 2 and a foul. Indiana, though, has won here. Indiana is 3-3 in its last 6 overall against Purdue.
This is going to be Braden Smith's time to go and win this game.
Smith roaming with 2 defenders on him. They force him to give it up. Kaufman-Renn. Another lead team.
Defensive team is able to gather that offensive rebound. If you can find an open man on the perimeter, more than likely they'll have an open shot.
Here's Kaufman-Renn again inside.
Probably not the shot right there. Sometimes in transition, it's a good shot if you have numbers like that when you get an offensive rebound.
Fast pace, Lawyer straight away. Bang. They swing it. Top of the arc. Game. Off the heel. Smith with the rebound. Smith the lob.
It was at their pace. They read and reacted to the double team at Burnett because he is a shooter. He's able to get back door and get a layup. So excellent execution coming out of that timeout by the Wolverines.
Here's Smith. Purdue shooting 72%, 13 of 18. Baseline, Braden Smith shows it. They kick it out. We'll have a couple words to say.
And he's earned that over the years.
20 years, Smith. He's got first. Smith, the line.
And that allowed Purdue just to play us on the perimeter.
Gale coming off a 10-point game against Northwestern on 4 of 10 shooting. Now Smith wraps it around. Kaufman ran inside with that.
Was would he be offered if the Indiana job ever was to come back up to be able to coach back in his home state?
He was a 4-year manager for Bob Knight.
Yep.
Coach Knight's final 4 years at Indiana. Burgess. It's going to be big.
It is. And, you know.
Are you getting paid for that?
What?
Oh, gosh.
Does the sun shine?
They didn't ask me. Why did they ask you?
Hey, listen, does the sun shine when you're not looking?
Oh, my goodness.
When it's cloudy, it still shines, right?
Man.
But listen, what's great about it is the NIT kind of run its course. This is a new exciting tournament in Vegas, in between the Elite Eight and the Final Four.
Kaufman ran. Figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out in a foreign country, foreign land, where you don't have the support system outside of the university that you're at.
Top of the arc, Lawyer. Again. Trip.
Yep.
At Seattle against Washington, and then in Eugene against Oregon. And folks, if you haven't made those trips out to the Pacific Northwest, it's a long flight.
It wears on your body mentally and physically, even though you come back and maybe have a few days in between. Get patient first time.
Stroke second half against Indiana. That's just a great individual play against Braden Smith.
Nicknamed the sniper for a reason. Smith's pass knocked away by Thornton. Gets it back. Bounce inside. Kaufman ran through the contact and a chance for three.
You think about Ohio State being right there, and certainly that Minnesota game could have went either way. Oh, we see some unbelievable pass there by Braden. Last two averaging just 3 and 1. Only played 9 minutes in the loss against Indiana. Need more from him.
Again, that pocket pass and that push shot is lethal.
Tension around Ohio State last year, especially as things started to spiral down. Did a great job there and ended up earning himself the job.
Quick break of that pressure from this Purdue offense. Miles Colvin on the floor, along with the 4 other starters. Smith, Lawyer, Kaufman, Wren in first. Kaufman, Wren, half the shot clock on. Smith off the screen. Smith, bounce. How did he get that one through? Kaufman, Wren, patient for 2. Took a minute to play in this first half. Open look, Lawyer doesn't get the roll. Kaufman, Wren battling. Mahaffey couldn't claim it. And Purdue has a second chance. Extra to the corner. Harris got it. Get him back in there. The other thing that we're seeing is just heightened energy from Jake Diebler on the sideline. That can permeate through your team as well. Smith rejects the screen. Bounce inside. Kaufman ran. Takes flight. And he's got a chance for 3. Screen. Here is Mobley. Looking to get it inside. Bradshaw couldn't catch it cleanly and first takes it away.
It's a sloppy pass from Mobley. Got to take a dribble and throw a better one.
What a pass to the corner. Harris!
Well, they're bringing Yagovin in to take away the post-up opportunities for Trey Kaufman-Wren.
Approaching a minute to play. At Mackey. Purdue looking to extend a 7-game winning streak. Bounce it. Kaufman-Wren. Push it through. And that's the counter.
See, ladies and gentlemen, you're getting a glimpse of how good Terry Gannon was as a player.
No, just how egotistical. Well, he purchased in the game. It's based on instincts. You can think too much.
Oh, no doubt. Get into your head a little bit. He was 6 for 21 coming in today from the field. Was Angel. So the Ducks definitely need to get him going.
Smith controls it. Oh, nice little pass. He left it for Kaufman, ran right
to impact the game.
And about 16 minutes of game 3 start. Shellstad short with that one, but 14 of his last 19 beyond the arc. These last 3.5 games. Kaufman ran, uses his body. That's a strike.
What looks like an extended break on the bench.
Keyshawn Barthelemy back in for the Ducks as Tracy goes to the bench with the 3 fouls. Another lead. First trying to finish. Gets the roll inside off the
consecutive buckets. Let's see if Purdue can accomplish that here.
Heidi, yeah. Evans a little.
If you don't put them down and you let them hang around, Nate Biddle, Jackson Shellstad, even TJ Bamba can make plays down the stretch.
1-point game here in the Big Ten. Smith changes course. Kaufman Ray. I mean, how many times do you see them do that? Body to get the steal.
Can you believe that? Brandon Angel had Braden Smith pinned down, and Smith would not quit on the play. That's an All-American effort right there by Braden Smith.
Bartholomew trying to stay with him. Got some help from Angel defensively. Again in the corner. And there's your outlet. Get it.
Timeout of the game.
I think both teams needed a timeout to kind of settle in. Uncharacteristic of Purdue turning it over. Washington the same thing.
Miles Colvin, Raleigh Burgess have come in for Purdue, and Colvin backdoor. So after the tie-up, ball stays with Purdue, and they get a quick inbound.
Purdue's defense much better here the first segment of the second half.
Smith.
Nice.
How did he see Kaufman ran?
That wouldn't be willing to stay in the game. So refreshing to see Kaufman-Renn shake that off and stay in the game.
See how he moves here. He's got 17 points, moving well here, and the floater is down, and he's okay. He had a little recognition of home, looking up into the crowd and seeing so many Purdue fans. Lawyer hits the three.
Braxton Mia's presence needs to be felt here on the interior defensively for the Huskers.
There's an interior pass of C.J. Cox.
See if Caleb First can adjust defensively.
Nebraska, they are capable from deep, 34%, but Purdue about as good as there is in the country. And
program, and the players adjust to their program, not the other way around. And I can't say that about every program that we cover.
Trey Kaufman-Renn, little push it for the Huskers.
And since the losses to Texas A&M and Auburn, Purdue has found something defensively. I mean, their effort and their second effort, the second action, has been really, really good. It's kind of like a body blow to Nebraska, and they just have not recovered.
Look at these last three games. They've defended so well, the Boilers. They're doing pretty well on offense right now, too. Everything is out of the starting lineup, but a big shot there. Sejan, he can fill it up, but not that time.
This is where Braden Smith is really dangerous. Semi-fast break situation, probing.
And that pocket pass to First. He's as good as... You kind of mentioned it. Their defense has gotten a lot better, and they haven't been turning the ball over, and that has resulted in some big wins.
Yeah, and you know, when you're not giving up loose ball turnovers, you can get back and get set up defensively.
Trey Kaufman-Renn have a hot. They close the gap, and Iowa won in overtime.
Hey, what Josh Dix was outstanding in that game as well.
Yeah, he and Sanford combined for over 60 points for Iowa.
I mean, they got hot. Huskers did a great job on Sanford in the first half, but like you said, as he got going, man, tough to contain.
Late shot clock, Cox from the corner, 5. They've already hit.
I've had an opportunity to spend some time around Coach, and he is fun just with all the basketball terminology that he has. Much better care of the basketball to begin with.
Gary got an open look, but Nebraska just has not been able to connect from long range. And then Purdue is getting the ball. They are going. Cox from the wing. Yes. Timeout, Nebraska.
Payne is looking for, and C.J. Cox fits that bill perfectly.
And Matt Painter said he is a determined, hardworking young man, and he has fit in, as you said, perfectly. And what a game he's having here today.
Oh, I love this action here.
Go back and forth. Ha, he still hasn't missed. Here this afternoon. Short for Buchungel. Long rebound. Purdue tracks it. Alley-oop. Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
A reverse from Heide.
Oh, my goodness. Really been effective here this afternoon, but big fella with a lot of upside.
In and out for Connor Essegian. Harris in rhythm 3, yes.
It's like they're shooting off of that that shooting gun that teams have where they just feeding you the ball and you no defense, just raising from deep like that.
14 made three-pointers, and we're going to get a technical foul here.
Man, Rayfeld Davis came up and said hello to us during the break. Another Fort Wayne, Indiana native.
Yep, and they're playing defense like him. Oh my! Top shelf to Miles Colvin.
No points in 15 minutes Monday against Wisconsin. Those 15 minutes he was laboring on Monday.
He was, I guess, second guessing. Probably should have taken the night off, but he wanted to play. Give it a shot. Guards keep busy, screening. Nice pocket pass. Pretty, and that's where he's tough, that little roll. Not a good closeout.
Bailey just 9 points on Monday, lowest scoring output this season. One of the top freshmen in the country.
The LaHorns look with a pin down dribble handoff. And here comes Lawyer. Nice.
Slings it down low. Kaufman-Wren skips to the wing. Pretty Smith. The dump off and the jam for Caleb first. Left Acuff open. And Acuff will call his own number, come up short.
ID. Tough get around the rim. Look at this easy lift. Lawyer pretty. And the pass by Smith.
And despite all the turnovers early for Rutgers, it's a 4-point game here.
Well, this is a tough assignment. Durham. Look at this. Just picks your part. I mean, he just...
Acuff, nice find. Durkap. He's walled up down low. Rebound for First, who made the defensive play.
Look at this look. Look at this look. You saw it come.
It just gets to be a little bit different. I know Bailey at 39 against Indiana last week, but it's a tall order to try to do that week in, week out in the Big Ten.
There's some first half he had in that game.
Oh, no doubt.
Nice string out, a little more activity by Somerville.
Lead down to 7.
Much more aggressive.
Smith steps across the lane, kicks to Cox from the wing.
How about the delivery? Be careful on the cross-court kick.
Bailey, baseline, tough look.
Does make tough shots.
Smith in transition.
Just waited.
And here is Harper, baseline, hit the other side of the rim. Smith, what a pass. Lawyer knocks down a 3.
Those very involved in the V-Fun for his pals. Backcourt made Jimmy Bob that nice cut.
Dude, what a play. Weren't you telling me one of Harper downhill?
Good to see.
Rutgers, they're within touching distance, but they have yet to get a stop on this end.
Oh, goodness.
Kaufman-Wren.
He has played very well. Now the juice during the course of this game.
It was looking like this thing was going to come off the rails and become a rout, but Rutgers has made 7 of their last 9. And they cut the deficit down to 5.
A little zone look here. Always 2-3, that foul line is something attractive.
On the wing, Harris, a 3. Durkap, baseline, Durkap, driving and couldn't finish. Just waiting for support.
You're right, a lot of guards would have gone right to the rim. A little floater here, it's his partner. But very subdued, understated. This is usually raucous, this building.
They've had very little to cheer about.
Look at this, they don't get back. A total breakdown.
There's 2-on-1. Is there an exclamation point? No. Well, the loose ball will be picked up by First, and they'll gladly reset. But either way, Purdue will be happy to run some clock.
No, they've salted away the last 5-6 minutes.
Kaufman-Wren, and 1.
Paint crew, it's just special. There's no doubt. And then just to get to that Final Four last year was so great for Purdue fans.
And they've been good looks. That's the key. Lawyer from three. Off the mark. He's still trying to find his range. Hasn't had a 3 in 2 games. Lawyer leans in, makes it shot. Try and do it the hard way.
Instead of screening the defender, the guard, they screened the 5-man and got that easy lane to the hoop.
Toledo remains in striking distance. Lawyer again for 3. Got it. Offense.
You got Kaufman ran on the bench with a couple fouls, and can't script everything. Got to find other ways to make plays. Let it on the next stretch.
He's such a good distributor of the basketball too. Lorenzen short ends up in first hands, and here comes Braden Smith. Lawyer transition 3. Got another one. He's got
out the one thing. Fletcher Lawyer can make shots, but he's not the best on defense, and they took advantage. Who got the ISO and got the points.
Nice feed inside to Kaufman-Renn. So now it's down to a 5-point deficit on an 8-0 run right now for Toledo. Had a lot of success getting it to the rack. There's Kaufman-Renn around the seal for the layup.
It won't back off. They won't let him get that run, get that thing stretched out to 20. They're going to keep playing.
Kaufman-Renn drew a crowd trying to make some moves. Nice hook. Payne touchdown low, left-hand hook. No good. Tap in, no. First is there for another rebound. First is having a whale of a game. Smith, alley-oop. Yes. Double. Sam Lewis now with 13 and 11. Smith again searching for that 10th assist. Gets it down low. Kaufman-Renn, there it is.
4 years in a row, they won that MAC conference, and they were not picked to win it. And they're not picked to win again, but they're going to be up there.
They picked to finish 4th this year, the MAC. They're going to get all the directional Michigans starting in conference play, all 3 of them in a row. Kaufman-Renn, right hand, yes.
They've definitely done a good job of taking care of the ball today, limiting points off of turnovers, but those second chance points and offensive rebounds have been the thing that's kept Toledo in the game.
No question about that one.
And Pettiford looks more and more comfortable as each game goes by. He's now exclusively playing the point guard position instead of going back and forth between the 1 and the 2.
And the jumper goes for Flame. He and Braden Smith have played in and started every single game of their careers. This is their 86th now for the juniors. Good transition of basketball and assist to Smith.
For Purdue has been difficult. Nothing has been clean. Every catch extended. Every shot contested. And after a while, that wears on you.
They have forced the Boilermakers to miss 17 of their last 21 field goal attempts.
Trying to force Braden Smith to his left. He can make plays to his left, but they want to force him to his weak hand.
Driving, kicking, and the lay-in for Trey Kaufman.
Middle, but Fahad Pettiford just took Purdue on by himself.
And they are standing here in Birmingham. The three will go at the end of the half for CJ.
They're doing a great job. Exactly, just walling up. And that last possession, that was just simple flex action, but they run it so fast and so well. It is really hard to guard. You may know what's coming with Auburn, but stopping it is another story.
Kaufman ran the assist. You know, maybe he's Robin to Broom's Batman, but he is having a sensational season in his own right.
And maybe hasn't played his best the last couple of games. The last two, he's 6 of 18 from the field. Didn't hit a three, but 15 of 50.
They'll give that to Heidi coming behind. They're not going to give that shot to Lawyer.
Nice little jam of the lane by Heidi. Nice look. Smith, he finds his pal. Then the Lawyer. Kiss. Lawyer of Purdue.
It's his range.
Just what you were saying. Got a good look. Here's an opportunity. 3-on-1. Nice give. That's a goaltend. Colvin got way up. You need easy baskets. Show by Wren and a roll. Nice hands by Smith. Purdue forces a turnover. Lob. Colvin. Catch and finish.
He swanted. You saw that note. They had led this game almost the entire time. And they've controlled tempo.
I like this horn set empty side. Oh, he's really may have walked.
Great pass.
Somehow he got it to Kaufman-Renn. That's his first. Taylor. Wow. Wade Taylor the fourth. 15 points. Biggest lead.
How about the pass from Pharrell Payne?
Beautiful. Beautiful. You think they're ready for league play?
Yeah.
The scoring drought is almost at 7 minutes. And it ends there with a layup and an and one.
And you, coach, you go to the bench, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything with A&M. They just come in and play the same way.
Yeah, a national championship.
Good look.
Coleman hits a three.
Wow. Matt Painter, 83-12 in Big Ten home games the last 10 years. Just unbelievable in this building.
I thought you were going to Matt Painter. I was like, his brother and sister are pretty athletic.
Good athlete for the Painters
Julian,
as well.
The Reese family may be a little more athletic.
Braden Smith, great feed. Heidi, up and in, and the foul. First bucket for Smith. He only had 6 points, got in foul trouble last game. Here's the turnover. 3-on-3, up top. Oh, boy. Goaltending. They're going to count the bucket by Heidi.
Capable of going to work on the block.
This man can go to work. Rice. Long rebound. Purdue on the run out. Leaving it for Lawyer. Got it.
That's all feel from Braden Smith. And the rim run by Jakari Harris. Foot beyond the three-point line. What a tough shot that was.
Kid from Greenville, Tennessee, was at Belmont the last 2 years. Proved himself there and now doing it at the next level in the Big Ten. Here's Berg. And there's that height advantage.
A lot since high school. He looks great.
They shot Harris Smith wild and a rebound by Miles Colvin. Purdue avoiding the turnover and then first finishes.
That was great deep.
A finish.
Boy, get to the body of Cam Heidi and then switch hands to the left there. That was beautiful by Jacoby Gillespie.
Wide open. They left Lawyer. You cannot leave because of a hamstring injury. First minutes he's seen today.
Good to see him healthy again.
But this is rare without Queen and Reese on the floor.
Trey Kaufman-Renn was going to be in our laps right there.
I would have run for the exits. Lawyer scored it tough. This for Kevin Willard. Certainly it's going to take some acclimating, although an 8-1 start in that win over Ohio State, they've looked pretty good.
Their talent is way better. And not to say that Jameer Young was not talented, because he really was, but the guys around him, it's just a different deal for Maryland this year.
Trey Kaufman-Renn.
You've made a couple, you got to close out different. Now Derek Queen can drive it even more.
And Gillespie off the mark from long range. Braden Smith always with his head on a swivel. Kaufman-Renn attacking the freshman. Finishes. And after a quiet first half, Kaufman-Renn now has 17. And Queen doesn't get that one for deep. Purdue rebound.
Braden Smith with those long arms tipping that ball. Could have easily been a second chance opportunity for Maryland.
Over the top. You can't touch that.
Well, you get Derek Queen to
come. Miles Colvin getting the assignment on Baldwin in the half court. And Penn State can't crack the scoring. Rebound for Lawyer. Well, Purdue, a lot like last year, very good from outside to start the year. And that goes... Now Niederhauser loses it. Smith with a floor burn. Now Purdue looking to push with numbers back for Penn State. It didn't matter. Saw it 2 or 3 times in the first half. Saw it there. Enze short on the lob.
Good idea. Yeah, Fletcher Lawyer.
Well, Smith pushes again. Up ahead to Lawyer. Fast. They could be the surprise team of the Big Ten.
Yes,
yeah, obviously very early, but this has been impressive.
Oh, no, on all fronts, offensively, defensively, this Penn State team, they are dialed in to this basketball game.
And the one loss that Penn State has to Clemson, and Clemson just beat number 4 Kentucky. Yep. Court storming of their own this week. Delayed clock, down to 5 to shoot, and Kaufman-Renn pulls and hits. No, 4th chance this trip, 5th chance this trip, and Kern was right on the doorstep.
Purdue just got lucky on that possession. They have got to hit someone and come away with a defensive rebound. It's just too easy for Penn State inside.
And Smith snaked in. And it
mentioned Colvin his 3rd straight start, and now Davis gets around Heidi, missed.
It's just amazing to see the maturation of Miles Colvin. Rebounding, taking the defensive end more seriously. We know he can make shots, but other things have kept him on the floor.
Braden Smith starting this game 8 points shy of 900 in his great career, the preseason Big Ten Player of the Year. Colvin now for 3.
What a start to his game. Boy, you get the...
Heidi will sit. Lawyer, open look for 3 up top.
And Ole Miss got caught right there. They're intent to just stop the basketball. That pick and pop, wide open for Mikal Brown-Jones.
Ole Miss connecting on 5 of its last 7 from the field to within 11. Smith, the bounce. What a look and a finish to Kaufman-Renn.
A guy that certainly has the ability to make pull-ups.
Dia was 13 All-Missouri Valley at Belmont last year. And now Smith, late leads. Yep, Kaufman-Renn.
That is unbelievable. Wanted to do that. Dribble drive and post-ups. There it's Trey Davis with the post. Double comes over. Matthew Burrell cashing out from 3.
Burrell now with 6. Smith looking for Kaufman-Renn. Not there. It's Colvin. That's how the game began.
Up in a big way.
Ole Miss hasn't missed from beyond the arc this half, and now to within 2. Smith off the fake. Lane opens up the lead for Kaufman-Renn, and that's how Purdue answers.
Letting Kaufman-Renn even touch the basketball.
Colvin. Big time.
Ball screen and then pin in for Morrell.
Purdue gets Colvin involved here, Robbie. He's been hot, really, from the start.
Purdue's half-court offense, Coach. A lot of standing around. The pressure has taken away a lot of the movement that they wanted to go to.
Smith feeds Heidi. It is Colvin, late clock. And now Smith has to create with 3, with 2. Late pass, got it off in time. Did Kaufman-Renn to save? Morrell from deep. Smith will push it. No look to Colvin. And 1. He looked right.
Jump stop there by Murray, but the help defense by Purdue coming over and getting a hand up.
Smith. Baseline. Lawyer up top. Subs for NC State. Ben Middlebrooks on the floor for the first time. As is Breon pass. Kaufman-Renn, 2 more.
Boy, you want to be aggressive.
But splitting his time at the 5 with Brandon Huntley Hatfield. Now pass. Lost it. Here comes Smith. The lob. Oh, my!
pulled to within one.
Have to think that he wants to play well. Cousin is Rayfeld Davis, who was a great player at Purdue, and Jaden Taylor, a kid that grew up on the south side of Indianapolis, Washington, Indiana as a kid. But you have to think, he played at Butler, a lot of ties here to this state.
Returning player, NC State. First not ready for it. Lawyer is, and Lawyer not a disconnect. Jakari Harris. And now Purdue by 10 with the ball. Brandon Huntley Hatfield back in. Ben Middlebrooks to the bench. This two-man game's been working here. Here it is again. Smith to Kaufman. Wren got tied up, hung on to it.
How about the balance?
Field goal. Last 3 minutes and 17 seconds. Maintaining his full court pressure. As Colvin slipped in a wet spot. And now is back into his own front court. What a late find to Kaufman-Wren.
Ryan Nutter at the point, trying to facilitate some offense, but a turnover. The Boilers get the ball back right away.
Good screen. Good pass.
Down the lane. Layup and good for Kaufman-Wren. Shot up and good from Mingo. Something to have to keep an eye on today. Marshall does have some offense. See how the Boilers can adjust defensively. Alley-oop to Miles Colvin. The referee clears up the confusion, and the Boilers have the ball.
You can just see the difference in spacing so early on in this ball game. Marshall has nowhere to help. If you help off one of those shooters, it's going to be a knockdown. Trey Kaufman-Wren just has so much space in the middle of the floor.
There's the kick to Colvin, up and good. Back-to-back three. It's ready to go, right? Deep three, missed by Dawson, rebounded by Heidi.
And that's what's going to be the key to this lineup. How well can they defensive rebound while playing small?
Good job. Heidi with 2 rebounds early on. A big three as Heidi.
This season, preseason second team all conference, averaging 15 and 8 right now. We're going to miss him inside these next few minutes. Going to see how long coach decides to leave him on the bench. Good pass.
Finish at the rim.
Because it helps you in recruiting. It helps the guys in the locker room. When you have a team that's balled in with the alum, it just does wonders for the program.
First road game of Corny Jackson's coaching career. You think he wants this one?
Oh, yeah. Coach is a competitor. Also, when you played at the Division I level, you're not scared to go anywhere. I heard him earlier this week. Each court is the same length. Each rim is the same width.
And the foul.
Good D.
Baseline fade. Not able to finish, but Heidi with the board. Braden Smith. Back to Trey Kaufman-Wren. Drop step and finish. 6 straight points.
Basketball. It's gone out of bounds on him twice.
I was going to say, that seems more difficult than that cross-court pass when you're trying to go across. You got the baseline cutting you off, too. Braden Smith.
Good pass.
One more time, Trey Kaufman-Wren. Marshall looking to make some changes here. Braden Smith picks his pocket. Smith with the pass. Harris with the finish and the
point. Stevie a little ISO from the foul line.
Nice close range and first. He played some good minutes in the first half with some tough rebounds, Caleb First.
And being rewarded by playing, too. That's got him on the floor. Nice pass. There's the guy.
From Smith.
Smith, the ball and guy.
Last Marquette triple-double was Dwayne Wade in the 2003 NCAA tournament. From the desk of Ed Spida.
Nice slip by Wren and a find by Smith. Pretty. And heads to help the defender.
Back-to-back games dealing with Mark Sears and Cam Jones for Purdue's defense. Smith nice caught mid-air. Kaufman-Wren for 2.
Nice play. Sealy zone up in the back.
Smith leaning in, wanted the foul, dropped it off. Kaufman-Renn again.
Associated head coach. My source of invaluable information.
Kaufman-Renn pops out. Parham meets him. See where he comes. Smith wanted him.
Nice
Heidi knocks it down. They're not the first team. They're not the last team to come in here in the non-conference and get blown out.
You mentioned the Texas and Baylor that we both
last 2 years. Unexpectedly for both of them into this Lions den.
A threat to shoot the basketball from three. Hasn't made one yet this year, but they tracked all his shots in the summer and fall, and he's a guy that shot 40% from three for Alabama.
What an opportunity for Trey Kaufman-Renn with the ball without Zach Edey. Kick it back inside. Caleb first with his first two. And one. Second foul against Diabate. Cox, freshman. Tough shot. Got the roll.
Well, he was not back to work much in the summer because of that abdominal injury, but you could certainly tell he looked back to close to 100%. Kaufman-Renn. Dynamic, and they are always in attack mode.
Right back to Kaufman-Renn.
Oh, what a spin. And that's all he...
Shot clock off. 12 seconds till halftime. Smith, Lawyer, this will count. Got it.
In Alabama, that lid coming off from the three-point line.
It's a team that led the nation in scoring last year, 90 points per game, but they're also averaging 90 this year. Kaufman-Renn all the way in, kicks it back out to Smith. Shot clock down to 10. Kaufman-Renn, little floater.
That is like anything on that play.
Smith to Kaufman-Renn.
Good vertical contest, man. Grant Nelson straight up.
Lawyer, Smith. Lawyer. 3 more.
But he's a guy that can get it going as well. Talented player, McDonald's All-American.
Alabama's largest lead at 6. They're on an 11-2 run. Smith back to Kaufman-Renn. From distance, the jumper.
Good looks. That's another driving kick that generates a good look for an All-American.
Purdue more than happy, Robbie, now just to show the patience that they've had the entire night.
I mean, they want this game to be played in the half court. I thought Braden Smith could have let that go.
But he likes Kaufman-Renn inside. For
that reason, he is getting back to that right hand. Yeah.
Braden Smith up to his average with 9 assists. Maybe another?
Yeah. Boy, with that side clear. Fall asleep even for an instance. And Purdue recognizing Harris was behind. Still jumping out. Didn't matter. Nice pass fake by Lib.
Back to Braithwaite. He hit from the left side. Tries from the right. It won't go this time.
Smith. Oh, hard bounce. Kaufman-Renn slithers to the rim. Tough to trap from the baseline side. There, Kaufman-Renn losing track. Nick Townsend just taking it to the rim.
The combination of Townsend and Alaton is going to be an interesting combo in the Ivy this year as Kaufman-Renn gets
his backdoor plays, but the help by Caleb First coming over, and certainly was in the back of the mind of Yassine Garam.
There's Colvin in the corner with Koulakidis out on him. 12 on the shot clock for Braden Smith. Around the Kaufman-Renn screen. He'll feed it to his big down low. Working against Townsend inside. He dislodged him. I'm going to take Berg in that one-on-one matchup when they collide. Berg at 7'2", 260. Mbang 6'4", 185.
Everything Mbang does, though, isn't it? 100 miles an hour.
Another look for Heidi. And another three.
It was just a match.
Mbang. Going with a Euro step against Smith. Can't get it to go. Mbang from the seat of his pants. Throws it to Braden Smith. Leaking out to Colvin. One-hand hammer.
From the three as well, but can also do it in the paint. Tigray can't make that two fall, and Smith will bring it up.
And those are the shots that you really need to hit if you're Northern Kentucky, if you want to keep in this game, because
they double teamed on the low post, and Etijere was wide open for a really just short 7-foot hook shot, and he just couldn't hit it. Those are the shots that you need to hit if you're Etijere.
Smith trying to drive around. Etijere there, finds Lawyer on the weak side. Lawyer puts that down. 1 second to go. Vincent puts it up. Forced more than anything. But the pressure good from the Boilermakers. Burgess comes back in. Colvin getting in the air like a homesick half in West Lafayette. Great to have you with us on Big 10 Plus. The Boilermakers now right to left on your screen in that historic gold, and the Norse in the all black. Lawyer, lots of space here, and that's how you start the second half. That has the most aggression. Goretzka from deep, unable to get it to fall, and Harris gets airborne and secures it. Berg, though, just needs to show a bit more of that aggression here, because right now, Etijere is getting a screen there from Robinson, but Goretzka elects to take it in, maybe doing a little bit too much, and gives the Boilermakers the ball back.
Goretzka's really good at finding space where he really shouldn't, kind of fitting through those tight, narrow windows.
Lawyer takes that one from Smith and takes a three.
Every 4 minutes can only help so much. As Burgess ended up falling over, but that's, again, it's just one of those things. I mean, Chilumbo had a wide open look as Burgess ended up falling over, but couldn't get it to go.
That's a veteran move there by the freshman.
Ball, and Purdue does come away with the rebound anyway.
Berg doesn't quite get in the air for that one. It almost falls to him, but either way, it's a rebound. The Norse have quick hands, but the problem is a lack of movement off the ball is meaning the space is easily closed down by the Boilermakers. Smith trying to find some space of his own. Inside to Berg and a sweep.
On to Western Kentucky and now to Oklahoma State, but this program, a very good one.
Trey Kaufman then with the rebound off the Owen D. Smiths, and a quick push up the floor to Lawyer for three.
McNeese.
Tipped away at Smith, who got a hand on it. He'll start it up the floor, drops it off in transition, and the finish for Jakari Harris.
Pretty good for the most part. It's a good opportunity and a one they'll take if you're Purdue.
Oh, Jacobson cleaning it up on the glass. His first block, the bounce to Lawyer. Lawyer on the drive to the rim, got the roll.
He is underrated. You see them right there. C.J. Cox as well. With Jakari Harris, those guys are going to have to find where can they be effective on the floor, especially on this end. How do you fit in alongside these guys who Purdue is going to run these plays for?
Will Berg on the floor for the first time, the 7'2 sophomore. Here's Trey Kaufman ran in the paint. Nice catch and finish. Plus.com. Two-point lead, 11-9 for Purdue. To shoot. Smith finds Kaufman Red all alone for three.
His balance. Corpus Christi, the Islanders taking full advantage.
How about the Evansville native with 9 in the first half? Owen D.
They raved about him, though.
They did.
Talking about how this is going to be his year to break out. And you mentioned so much reason to play well here, being from the state of Indiana.
He was plagued with injuries his first couple of years, fully healthy, and you could tell. C.J. Coxell tried the three and hit.
Boy, tracking that thing down. Purdue just a little bit suspect here with the basketball. Now 8 turnovers here in this first half. I said it earlier, but in 2 exhibition games, only 7 combined.
There's Lawyer with the shot fake step in for 2.
Good shot fake there.
Dennis, up 2, and the rebound for Jacobson.
Jacobson in the right position there. We saw it first in the Big Ten with Nebraska, bringing over that post double from the baseline side, and Purdue doing the same here.
Lawyer tipped away into the backcourt, touched by Parker last. Active hands for the Islanders defense. 6 to shoot. The skip to Colvin. Hot hand again. The 3 for Korver accelerating, going end-to-end, slithers that one to the rim, but Jacobson there to clean it up. Here's Jacobson, just a 10 points. Lost the handle, and it ends up with Jacobson.
Good job by Kaufman moving the feet there.
5 turnovers now for the Islanders. Here's Kaufman-Renn on the offensive end. Beautiful spin down the baseline for... Here's Berg, the handoff to Smith. Lob underneath, and Berg gathers and throws it off the left side of the rim.
I like it. I'm Kevin Kugler. A good ball game to start off this season. 61-56 Purdue by 5 with 10.5 to play. Now we will be going to another break on the next dead ball. That was a called timeout break, and then we're still waiting for the under 12 break. Lawyer gonna hold off that break.
A decision that we haven't seen from the Boilermakers over the last couple of years, and some of these undisciplined turnovers just burning them continuously.
Now Lawyer turns the corner. He'll take it himself and uses the window. And a finish inside for Deese on the other end.
Braden Smith, though, every time, if he should pass, he's passed. If he should shoot, he's shot. And right there, right on.
The skip into the corner, the 3 short, and Kaufman-Renn the rebound.
Give Corpus Christi, though, a lot of credit. They came in here shorthanded, and they really battled Purdue. Rack up another down.
Closing in on that